shirt.
Yes. Yes.
It was the professor. It was Ginger.
Professor and Marianne. Oh,
in cahoots with
Gilligan.
Ginger.
I got to go to the lagoon, swim around in the lagoon, and then go back to the big red boat. Come on.
You're a
All you
pro.
can eat
You're
ice
a
cream bar
You're a vet.
and free movie theater.
I love it.
Here's the reality. Free movie theater on the big road boat. Guess what movie they showed for 9 days straight?
Aladdin.
Dick Tracy.
Disney movies and Disney World movies.
Lion
Let's
King?
end with the superhero question.
Oh, yeah. Last Get to Know You. Give it to him, Chris. I talked a lot.
So if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Besides having legs and thighs on Mondays.
I know. That is...
Our
I want
last
a
guest
real
was-
power. Like, I don't want a suit that gives me power. I don't want the
No,
Spider-Man
it's
or the
you. Yeah,
Batman,
it's you.
right? Like,
There's no
I
right or wrong here.
want the real power. God, I just want to fly.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't, you know, like, I just want, like,
No, I hear you.
jetpacks in my heels. Like, deuces, I'm out.
See, and I've often felt like if there was two that were kind of on that tier one of cool shit to have, it would be that and like teleportation, because that movie that revolutionized thinking big, where somebody would teleport quickly into a bank, grab a bunch of cash, and then teleport out and then go fucking.
You know what? I
party.
might have to revise my answer. Teleporting's cool, but I really believe, I think I'm going to fucking go hard in the paint on time travel.
All right. Time travel.
I wonder if time travel's built into teleporting.
If it is, then I take that one.
Kind of seems.
I
like
don't
it.
feel like they gave the same power to the same person like Nightcrawler was in X-Men. I had those
Right.
cards up. And then they did that movie with the kid from Star Wars and Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
So I feel like they've never been directly associated, because that may be a little too much as powers.
Our last guest wanted the power of persuasion.
Ooh.
I know, it was good.
She could persuade anybody for anything.
And she sold me on, like, you'll never sleep
I don't-
alone unless you want to sleep alone again.
The thing is, though, you could just go to law school.
Yeah, that does work sometimes.
Yeah, unless people look like that guy's a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, so
You don't
this
tell them
isn't-
that.
Did you get out of the law game because Frank Azar strong-armed you? Just admit it.
No, but I did watch all of those commercials growing up, along with Jake Jabs. You guys know Jake Jabs?
I don't know if I know Jake
Oh,
Jabs.
none of you
I know
guys.
the
All your
Bogdan-
natives listening know Jake Jabs.
I know the
He
Bogdan
wasn't
brothers.
actually an attorney. He just had all the local commercials. American Furniture Warehouse. He's a kingpin. He had all the lions and tigers and shit
Yeah,
on
yeah,
his.
yeah.
Dude, I wanted to be Jake Jabs when I was little.
I didn't know that was his name.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm glad to see you really
He crushed
you
that shit.
dreamed big as a child.
Let me tell you something.
I want to be a bail bondsman when I get old.
He got to play with all the lions, all the tigers. He had bears, all the wild animals, dude. He was like Steve Irwin, and fucking he owned the industry. I hear you. Do you guys remember UMTV Raps with Fab Five Freddy?
I don't know if I remember that show specifically, no.
We were
But
TRLs.
do I look like a Yo MTV Raps kind of guy as I'm wearing cabana shorts and my hoodie?
Yeah.
Do I? Thank
Yeah.
you. Suburbia Jackson raised me properly.
UMTV Raps, Fab Five Freddy brought hip hop to the middle of the country, to places like Natrona County, Casper, Wyoming. Right? They introduced me to people like Big Daddy Kane. You know, I mean, this is where I found hip hop. This was one of the integral pieces. Hip hop, punk rock, and weed. Like, those are probably the three most influential factors from 12 to 18.
See, if I were you, I would say it would be like Kurt Cobain's death, 9/11, things along that really shook you to your core. If you really love punk rock,
I was a little
then
older.
Kurt
I was a
would
little
really
older.
hurt.
I mean, look, I had all that shit posted up. I had 9 Inch Nails. I had all of the
Tool?
all this Tool. All back when you bought CDs in plastic containers wrapped in cardboard that were like
Yeah,
a
and they were
foot tall.
high, you
Right.
had to pull them out of the sleeves.
Cut the whole front off and staple that shit to my wall over the splatter paint, fluorescent pink, fluorescent green. Again, I'm
Oh,
telling
man.
you, early 90s.
That is gross. I do have a couple of jackets that resemble like the outside of the Max restaurant.
All this fluorescent shit that came back on the ski mountains and all the rest of it, like I have my original coats, like the ones.
You're like my dad.
Like
you
ridiculous.
Like it's coming back.
No. My mom had it in Wyoming. She's like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want that." Like that O'Neill ski jacket, one sleeve's hot yellow, the other one's hot pink, and they have elbow pads for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I'm like,
gay
what?
for day.
That is literally my jacket that I have.
It's a half
kinda,
zip. It's not even a full zip coat for Christ's
That's awesome.
sake.
Does it have like a middle
Yeah,
pocket on
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big
Sweatshirt
dog.
style. I'm
Dog
like, I
with
got the
big
real
dogs?
deal. Yeah.
That's almost a big dog puffy. Or
Oh,
a starter
come on.
jacket.
Starter
Come on.
jackets.
Did you have a starter jacket growing up?
I did, but one better. I had the New York Yankees, the leather, so it's like the tweed, but then the sleeves are the leather. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about like a sportsman
A
jacket.
starter
Yeah,
jacket?
yeah.
Or,
Oh,
yeah,
This,
you mean like a
this
Letterman's jacket?
That's it.
sort of, but it became the Letterman's jacket of the pro teams. The one came
remember
out
that.
with the
I had one
Charlotte
for North
Hornets that
Carolina.
had the right when the Charlotte Hornets became a basketball team, and they had the
Larry Johnson and
right.
Muggsy Bogues.
I had a starter
Grandmama
jacket.
and all that shit, but they had those colors, so everyone went crazy for it because it was like teal and purple or whatever, and so
It
everyone was
fucking
rocking
popped.
those.
Larry
Dude,
Johnson.
I must have begged my mom for a year straight to get a fucking never did get that
that's
jacket.
probably how long it took to get there if you did get it.
No, they were
Horse
selling
and
that
buggy.
shit at whatever store carried Z Cavarici jeans. Right over your guys' heads.
Yeah.
Someone on this thing reads it. Trust me.
One of my older listeners will, one of the three.
Somebody who smoked weed in the 90s.
Yeah, we have a couple of those. Yeah, okay, so, but you did mention, so we kind of dove into music and we dabbled in it. We like to give not only a shout out to our friends at the Fillmore, Denver, the best indoor venue in town. As long as they keep paying us, I'll keep saying it. I love the Fillmore. Live Nation has the best hookup. Go check out livenation.com. Get the rundown for all the new tickets, giveaways. Be sure you're following them on Instagram at Fillmore Den. Anyways, like I was saying, we were talking about music. So, best concert you've ever caught since you've been back here in Colorado. Favorite Red Rock show, the show you're most excited for this year.
Go.
So my best show at Red Rocks ever was tied. Reggae on the Rocks in 99 and Warped Tour 96. Warped Tour 96 was Rancid, Pennywise, Fishbone, Goldfinger, Strung Out.
Sorry, I was
I
writing.
believe-
Wait, what was that?
Yeah.
What was the...
Rancid, Face to Face, Pennywise. That's really all I cared about. But
Warped
from there,
Tour?
yeah, Fishbone. This was back when they still had half pipes on the top of Red Rocks, and they let you a mosh pit on the stairs, broken ankles, fucked up kids, all the rest of it, mushrooms galore. Glorious, glorious summer concert
Classic
at Red
skate,
Rocks.
Colorado.
Boomers.
Straight
Shred,
hardcore.
bruh.
Lots of shredding. The concert I'm most excited for right now to this year is actually one you guys probably won't know of, but is a good friend of mine, Johnny Denver. He's about to come back here on June 21st and 22nd. He's coming with Dizzy Wright and Demrick. And I met Johnny 6-7 years ago when he was a bud tender and came up to Green Dream, was looking for stuff and wanted to get his rap, really his game going. And he's got a ton of heart and he's got a ton of shit to say and he's been through some hell in his life and he's raw and he's passionate and he's genuine, which is all I care about. And I wanted to support him. So my first business, Kind Reviews, which is a pot review business that I don't own anymore. I sold it to Pot Guide. I supported him 3 years ago on tour, and he got invited back out with his new Say Trees album, and he's going to be here in Denver and in the Springs and in Grand Junction in June, and I can't fucking wait to see my homeboy, making it, doing the real shit. I think it's the 21st or the 22nd of June. One of those is in the Springs, and one of those is in Denver. But Johnny Denver, Jahni, grew up here. Local kid, been through hell and back, and he's gonna do big things, man. He's legit. He's a real good lyricist and an even better person, and he's out there just grinding, and he's finding his way.
Nice.
I like it. Promoting the local business, local businesses promoting local artists. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That was a great answer. Well, so you're not out of the woods yet. We know we've kind of run you through the ringer. Most of it's been good quality conversation, you talking, us listening, and I feel like I've learned a lot. But now I feel like we want to give our listeners, in case they're not marijuana folk, a little bit of insight into your brain. Like you mentioned, you hit shows, you've been in the industry, you've been working around Denver and now Boulder for a long time. We like to do a couple of segments, kind of like the Denver Dives.
Okay.
But it's Stoned Appetit, our food segment. Since you're a stoner, we like to figure out what kind of food you like to eat. So, Chris, why don't you lead the way with some of our favorite spots to hit around town and ask what Travs are?
Yeah, should we just kind of focus on the Boulder area? I mean, you
Why don't
live
you
in
just
Boulder,
ask?
right?
You could probably
Yeah,
answer.
I eat all over Boulder County.
Okay. Well, so, like, when you get done working and all that stuff, where are you going for happy hour around here? What's your go-to spot?
I work 2 minutes away, so I'm at Avery regularly for the beers and the happy hour, which is why I'm so disappointed some of the food isn't on the menu every day. But no, I come here for the beers. That's probably my spot here, honestly, or it's my back porch. Because I got all the beers in the fridge and the best fucking weed in the state, and ain't nobody telling me what to do.
That's such a fucking cop-out. So now tell us about your backyard, and what are we missing, and when are we invited?
Is there a pool?
There's no pool. There's a porch and a mountain view. It's right behind the
Shifty?
Celestial Seasonings, and you smoke weed all day. You get on your mountain bike. You just ride out the back gate, and off you go onto your trails. You head over down here to Twin Lakes or up to Boulder Res, and you just get you some.
You got a horse?
I don't have a horse. I need a horse.
Yeah, because if you just mountain bike all the time, then you have to exert effort. Rather than doing that, you could just saddle up the horse.
You just ride horses, right?
Learn a new skill.
Plus, taking care of a horse isn't a lot of work at all. Said
not
nobody
if you're
fucking
if you're a big
ever.
Blue fan, it's not any work at all.
They take big poops.
Again, not my problem. If you're a big Blue
They
fan,
do
it all works
eat
itself out.
food that you got to give them all the time.
Agree,
Always,
disagree.
forever.
I've been keeping things in my basement for years without feeding them. They don't shit. All right, so that's the kind of a cop-out. Let's say you have to name a specific restaurant. We'll do this restaurant. Did you do best dates? Or restaurant you've eaten in the last 6 months that you're really high on?
I do La Choza for my Mexican. I told you guys that, even though they moved from the truck cart into an actual one.
I hate that they brick and mortared you up like that.
I know. It's just, you can't, I don't want a bit in my mouth. Don't put me reins on me.
I hate when people put reins in my mouth. Sorry to the family sitting next to us.
Oh, my goodness. That was for a different show, but I'll do that podcast with you as well. No,
BDSM Thursdays? We love it here on No Vacancy Colorado.
So I'm constantly eating at Alloy Thai. I fucking love Alloy Thai. I kill that one. I do curry and kebab. Crush curry and kebab on the regular.
Just an Indian?
Yep.
What's your go-to? Do you go Americanized or do you get real off in the cut?
Oh, no, I get all off on the cut, yeah.
There you go.
Spicy shit, things that makes me sweat.
Where's your
100%.
favorite Indian spot in town?
That is probably I go to curry and kebab. That's my spot.
For those that maybe only trek up here to smoke your dank nose.
if I'm in Denver and I have any time at all, I'm on Alameda and Federal at Saigon Bowl.
That's fair. That's kind of that same area I was telling you about with food trucks earlier.
Yeah.
It's that same strip where it kind of goes like Asian grocery stores, Mexican food trucks.
I know Saigon Bowl has kind of it's a little more played out now, but like 2004, 2005, my brother was, he's now married to a Laotian girl, but before that he was dating.
I bet you can't say that 3 times fast.
2 Vietnamese women. One of the Vietnamese women brought her brother home from Vietnam. They picked him up on the plane. He'd been there for 6 months. We were with him because we were getting weed. And when we picked him up at the airport, and he had just come in from 6 months in Vietnam, and he said, take me to Saigon Bowl. And I was like, if that motherfucker says go to Saigon Bowl when he just came in from Vietnam, then that's where the fuck I'm going when I want Vietnamese. And I've been eating a Saigon Bowl ever since. Bo Luk Lak?
See, I've been told Pho Doi is good as well. It gets a lot of... We've had other folks that are, in that same realm as you, friends of a friend that's an Asian. And they swear by Pho Doi, which is like not necessarily catty corner, but maybe a block.
Is it south? Or north, yeah, south. That's the one where the cats are going these days. They used to post up late night.
Do you mean cats
over,
like the cool cats? Or do you mean like?
I mean like
people's pet.
Yeah, you know, street cats.
Word.
We're
you mean like hip cats.
You're
wherever. Like Vince Vaughn swingers. Like, you're so money you don't even know it, baby. That's
when I was real little, we were at a reservoir out in Casper, and someone was skiing. And some guy's on his boat, and there's two